Back here, live at the Khaled Center, Tyler Reed jumping off the stage. And he's ready to make a statement. This is tag team action. What a night we've had so far. Just announced by our commissioner, Super Beast, the main event of our next show. The date yet to be announced. Stay tuned to our social media. It'll be a 30-minute Iron Man match between High Seas and Black and Yellow. High Seas picked up a win over Black and Yellow at our first show. Tonight, Black and Yellow got their win back, so a rubber match is needed. It's going to be an absolute spectacle, let me tell you. And here comes the partner of Tyler Reed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kit Raff. The man who says he's the greatest in his city. This is his first time in an NPW ring in 6 years. And, well, he's the notorious one. The so-called notorious one. Why? Because he is Kit Raff. Kit Raff, Tyler Reed, making their new tag wrestling debut live tonight at the Khaled Center. And is that snow falling? Well, I know it's October now, but I feel it's getting colder in here. Something's freezing up. I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to freeze. I need a winter jacket. Perhaps this team could explain why. Here they come. It's Isis Effect. It's Don Freeze. They're the Polar Effects. And here come, sliding into the ring. The snow is falling everywhere. Turning October into January real fast. The Polar Effects are ready to make a statement in our tag division, our ever so growing tag division. I'm going to toss things over to Cody with the introductions.
The following contest is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Scranton, Pennsylvania, this is Kit Raff. And his tag team partner, from Binghamton, New York, Tyler Reed. And their opponents, they are straight out of Yo Mama's freezer. They are the team of Isis Effects and Don Freeze. Together, they are the Polar Ephex.
Straight out of Yo Mama's freezer. That is a hometown if I've ever heard one. Tag team action here, live at the Khaled Center in Oneida, New York. Polar Effects versus Kit Raff and Tyler Reed. Commish, who do you got in this one?
So this is going to be a battle of, what's the best way to put it? This is going to be a battle of newcomers when it comes to the tag division. Tyler Reed and Kit Raff, this is their first time as a team here, so definitely don't have as much experience. I know Ephex here. I know he's been taking him under his wing and trying to guide him. So they're still rather new, but they got a little bit more experience. I gotta go with them. I gotta go with them.
Wow, very bold pick here. But Isis Effects, a man who has really taken Don Freeze under his tutelage, under his learning tree. Nice handshake there by both teams to display some sportsmanship as they lock up. And it was at our last show, our first show, where Isis actually introduced Don Freeze to the audience here at the Khaled Center. This is their first time teaming up together in new wrestling.
Definitely the mentor-mentee relationship here between Freeze and Ephex. I've been in the ring with Ephex once before, and he's a hybrid wrestler. He can strike, he can grapple, he can high fly if he really needs to. So you definitely get a well-rounded wrestler with Ephex, and I think that tutelage going on to Don Freeze is definitely going to help him out here in this. Tag wrestling, it's a whole nother beast, no pun intended there, because you got a whole nother layer to the onion, as you will. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen, especially going forward in the tag division. I definitely can see Reed and Raff excelling once they get their chemistry and gelling together, but it's going to take some time. It doesn't happen overnight.
And right now in the corner, Isis refusing to be brought out, and there it is. Nice hip toss there, followed up by a drop kick. A man that big should not be moving that fast, as Isis Ephex now gets the headlock in.
That's funny that you say that, because Don Freeze, for a big man himself, he can do some stuff in there that he shouldn't be doing. Kip ups and
you just wait.
He did that last show, and this place erupted, and I erupted. That was my first time ever seeing Don Freeze live in person, and man, he blew my mind when he did that.
Well, we're about to get super excited when we see Don Freeze, but that's just a tag away. Right now we're focusing on Isis, who's getting arm dragged and hip tossed, but now he's coming back with some of his own. Drop kick again, takes out Kip Rapp.
Showing him the deep part of the arm.
Oh, and here we go. In comes Don Freeze. Boom. Pow!
Juking and jiving.
The smoothest punches I've ever seen, thanks to the wonderful dance moves of Don Freeze. I wish I could dance like that. Maybe I should go to Yo Mama's Freezer.
Those punches would make the Armstrong family very, very proud there, with how fluid they were.
Now look at this. Don Freeze locking up with the much smaller Tyler Reed. And, headlock takedown there by Reed, but the legs of Reed giving him the assist there. He's able to get that scissor in on the head of Don Freeze. And now Tyler Reed with a headlock takedown of his own. And the much bigger legs of Don Freeze get the scissor in on Tyler Reed, and it takes him a lot longer to get out of that.
That wasn't a scissor. That was more like a guillotine, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, it's normally a scissor with the small guys, but I guess Don Freeze is just automatically choking his opponent with what? Cartwheel by Don Freeze. Don Freeze runs off the ropes. Double top kick.
Oh my, what in the Bam Bam Bigelow?
And look at that.
What is going on here?
Don Freeze back on offense. Ducks a kick there. And it's a stalemate.
My goodness, what is going on? It's like we're in the Matrix.
It's a cruiserweight and a heavyweight, both moving like cruiserweights. And Don Freeze makes a tag. In comes Isis. That was remarkable.
That was something else.
And
that was impressive. I never did that when I was in the ring.
But look at these pythons on Tyler Reed. They're massive, the biggest I've ever seen. And now, Isis is... Well, that's not very kind. Tyler Reed is ripped. I don't know what Isis is saying.
I don't know if I would say ripped, but
He's
I would say
jacked.
he's definitely in really good shape. He's not like...
He's the biggest man we've seen all night.
I've seen big men, but he's definitely in really good peak physical condition.
Tyler Reed is the size of Jeremiah Richter and Chris Worthless combined.
You pay you to say that?
Maybe. That's not the point.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, back on the onslaught of offense is Kip Rapp.
I can see his ego being that big, but man, he's in good physical condition, but he's not as tall as Richter.
And now, right now, Raff with a strike to the abdomen. Follows it up with a snapmare takedown on Ephex. Don Freeze bringing some energy back to our crowd here, who have been hot all night in the Callet Center. Kip Raff running out of ideas early on. And now grabs the arm. Look at this. He's... Oh, no. Oh, he breaks the fingers.
You know, and that's a smart move for 2 reasons. You bend those fingers apart and you break them. He can't make a fist to punch you, so he can't strike you. But he also can't grab a hold because he can't close the hand to grab like your wrist or your throat or anything like that. So very smart move. Taking away 2 key pieces of offense there for one Isis Effects.
It also hurts a lot.
Well, yes, but when you got that adrenaline going, pain can do, you know, funny things when you got that adrenaline running. I've had many times where I don't feel a thing in there until after it wears off.
And right now, Tyler Reed tried to lift up the much bigger Isis, but Tyler Reed was like, you know what, I could lift him up, but why waste the energy? Reed
Smart.
says that we are all that he is all of our new favorite wrestler, and that's why. Standing shooting star, the cover, kick out.
It was smart to not have to pick him up and throw him down there, because then you're expanding your own energy. So, you know, why expand your own if you don't have to? Use that energy for the pinfalls and for when you're trying to hit the guy. And I will say that's a very, very smart move for him.
And we're still in the shallow waters of this thing too, so it's honestly, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
I definitely could agree with that, but the quicker you can get this done, the better, because, you know, a veteran like Isis Effects, he's used to these long battles, so he knows what he's in for with it.
Precarious position here by both men. Hurricane Rana off the top.
Smart.
But Isis Effects almost got the pin there. And now look at this. Brings him up, brings him down into the corner. But Isis comes back with a lariat.
And that's that veteran experience. You know, Isis, he's used to long matches. He's used to those marathons, like you said. And once he's used to those there, he knows that his opponent's going to slip up, especially a younger guy trying to cut his teeth in the business like a Tyler Reed.
Reed now starting to realize where he is. Ephex just waking up as well. Nap time has ended early for both of these guys in the ring as they're both searching to make a tag. And whoa, instead of making a tag, brilliant maneuver there by Reed. He grabs the leg of Ephex, and in comes Kit Raff. And Kit Raff on the attack. The last thing he wants is for Don Freeze to come in.
Well, you know, and I can understand what Ephex was doing. They're trying to kick the opponent off when he had his ankle, but he kicked him right into his own corner. But there we go, he got the tag.
Tag, in comes Don Freeze. Are you ready to be amazed? Here's a shoulder tackle. Another shoulder tackle. And now look at this. Lifts him up, brings him down. Don Freeze has a John Cena living inside of him. And now Don Freeze again with a counter into a DDT. Plant him down. Freeze finds his prey. Brings him up. Power slam to Raff. Don Freeze into the cover. Kick out. Don Freeze just with incredible offense. And now Ephex with a shot for good measure as this team now gonna double team. Oh, wow. 2 kicks landed 2 different places on one dude.
Remnants of total elimination from way back in the day.
Oh my goodness, into the cover.
Barely. He just kind of like just flopped on top of him just to try to break that there, Reed did.
Well, Reed noticed that he was, you know, in the ring. Like, he was literally in the ring. He didn't have to sprint. He wasn't far from the cover. So why exert that much more energy?
Exactly, but I mean, you can also see how much has been taken out of him already there.
All guys exhausted. And now look at this. Running European uppercut. The European uppercut connects with the jaw of Isis. And in comes an exhausted and not so fresh Tyler Reed. But if I know anybody, if I know if any superstar could get the job done here tonight, it's Tyler Reed. Reed now lifts up Isis. And now Isis, oh no. Isis in a bad spot here. And oh no, elbow drop onto the knees. Double team for the win. And Don Freeze with a very minimalist kick. Still breaking up the pin.
But that's all you need, though. Remember, you only have a couple seconds to try to break your pinfall attempt without being probably part of it before the ref has to kick you out of the ring. So, strike and move.
Absolutely. Don Freeze clapping. Isis seeing where he is. In comes Kit. Kit Raff grabs the hair of Ephex. Oh, the spinning back heel kick. He didn't get all of it. Isis didn't know where he was for a second, and now almost lifted up into a suplex there by Raff. Reed falling outside the ring. And in comes Don Freeze. Fan favorite Don Freeze. The big man who could do absolutely superhuman moves. Power slam there.
Big power slam.
And here we go. No way. No way. Well, Isis Ephex off the top. The second rope and oh no. Oh my God. What is he thinking? What is he thinking? Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, no.
Off the top rope by Don Freeze. And Isis Ephex and Don Freeze get the win here.
Here are your winners, Don Freeze and Isis Ephex, the Polar Ephex.
That was such a remarkable move. I didn't even know what to call that. It was like a 450 corkscrew combination, whatever it was. The momentum of the massive Don Freeze off the top rope, taking out both Kit Raff and Tyler Reed on the outside. What a match. And a good display of sportsmanship here in the Civic Center. And Tyler Reed just realizing what happened. He still thought the match was going on, probably. But will he shake the hands of Isis and Don? Reed obviously had much more obvious bad blood. And, yep, that's what I thought. You know, I was defending the nonsense of Tyler Reed this entire match, but I can't defend that. No sportsmanship shown there after a really great tag team match.